You're listening to the Business and Life Podcast, where 7 days a week, proven entrepreneurs share their success stories, failures, and give you true value on how you can build a great business and an awesome life. With your host, Mike Olivas.
What's up, guys? This is the best of episode. This is a great way for you to get the best advice for some of the best entrepreneurs out there. So if you love what you hear, make sure you go back to that episode. So they're all in order for the week. If you like Soundbomb number 1, go back to that episode on Monday. If you resonate with that interviewee's advice on number 3 Soundbomb, then go back to that episode on the Wednesday prior and listen to them in more in depth and hear their business and life story. Enjoy, but more importantly, implement. In order for things to change, you must change. In order for things to get better, you must get better. After college, I thought that learning was done. Like, I didn't want to read anything else. I didn't want to watch any more videos about like how to better myself or get better, more educated. And I think the concept outside of traditional education is so flawed. I don't, if you're out there getting a master's, and you know what, I might get some heat for this. Stop. Don't go, take the loss if you already got 50 grand in debt and go put the other 150 of that master's, or even if it's 50K of that master's, and put it to, go get an SBA loan, create the debt and start learning. And you're going to be eons ahead of the person with the MBA that's like, now what? Okay. I'm just telling you, if you truly want to be an entrepreneur, great. If you want to get an MBA, of course, and go into the corporate world all day, I think that's awesome. And that's definitely going to get you a leg up and leverage up, I guess, in terms of your hireability. But in terms of you want to be an entrepreneur, what the show is about, creating the business and the life that you want to live, stop. And so if I had to say any kind of, again, the one piece of partner advice is learn. Don't stop learning. There is not a day that I don't go, or a week at least, that I go through a book or two on Audible. And while others are rocking out, right, in the gym to their EDM or the reggaeton here in Puerto Rico, of course. I love reggaeton, by the way. But I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm trying to do my best to retain. In fact, there's a lot of times where I don't go through a ton of books just because I got a great advice about just listening to the best books over and over again. And I've done that. Like Think and Grow Rich. Go grab that and read it and watch it online and on TV, because there's a ton of different episodes around, or there's a lot of different like content around that book alone. But reread it, understand it, apply it. So learning, right? I am not by any means, and my friends will tell you the same thing, any kind of intellect when it comes to just general knowledge. You're not going to see me on Jeopardy ever. But if it has to do with business and life, I guarantee you I'm going to be able to jump with the best of them, just because all I do is learn. All I do is learn consistently, because of that quote. In order for things to get better, you must get better, right? In order for things to change, you must change. So if you're stuck in your ways, you got to get out of it, start learning what to do and start applying it. So that's my best advice to give those entrepreneurs out there and aspiring entrepreneurs, that if you're not listening to podcasts like this, listen to other ones. If you don't resonate with me and you don't just like the way I sound, that's okay. People will, and that's cool. And some people will like others. No worries on that. I just want to make sure that you are understanding the message here. Keep learning, keep mastering your craft. Because when you build a skill set, you build a value asset to yourself, to your name, whether you're in your company or you're starting your own. Build an awesome, like an extremely noticeable skill set, and keep kicking some ass around it and start learning more and more about it, because then you're going to be the best. And when you're the best, people will see that.
My piece of advice for any entrepreneur is always to continue learning. Never stop learning. That is what I always say, because then you're not going to evolve if you stop learning, because that's really how we, as human beings, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, really drive our business. And especially if you're in digital marketing, you cannot stop learning, because things change on a daily basis when it comes to digital marketing. Like I always say, it's like, depends on what Mark Zuckerberg's feelings are today. He might change the algorithm on Facebook. So like, or he might add a new feature on Facebook. So it's like things change like weekly. I feel like when it comes to digital marketing and social media. So with new platforms popping up, with new features on things like Facebook or Instagram, so you have to continuously stay on top of it. Especially if you're in digital marketing, and always continue learning.
I would just say to do just 1% more, do one more thing to incorporate meaningful human connection as a business strategy into the core of your brand's DNA. how, and for everyone that may be a little bit different, but I think it can feel real daunting to be like, oh my gosh, how do I like bite that? How do I devour that whole elephant, But I just think do one thing, do one notch more, 1% more to incorporate human connection as a core part of your brand DNA.
I always say that my motto in life is that just do it, because you could read all kinds of books, you could go to so many meetings, but if you don't go out there and do what you want to do, then it's just going to be an idea, and ideas are great, but really not that great if you don't really act on them. So just go out and do it, because doing it is the best teacher of them all. You could read one of my books, which is amazing, but not until you go out in the real world and you do it, then it's a totally different thing. And I'm going to add, do it with fun, because that's very important also for us to remember, is that life, like this is life, and every day passes with something that we cannot get back. So do it with fun. So just go out there and do it, and believe that anybody can do it, and don't expect also, I know I'm giving a lot more than just one only.
No, please. It's great.
Yeah, don't expect a quick, to get rich quickly. Like, what some people, they say, oh, come and learn this, and then you can make $1 million in 1 year. Oh. If you hear that, honestly, like run away, run the other side, because
that's snake oil.
Yeah, everything takes effort. Everything takes effort, regardless.
Follow your heart and speak your truth. I think I know deep down that I was meant to be a physician, to heal patients. And that's my truth. I no longer deny it. I no longer play small. This is who I am, and I own it. It's not the nicest job. It's not necessarily the job that's going to make me the most money. And I'll be honest here that physicians are not all physicians are rolling in the extra money. It's a myth. But I get the payment in seeing the patient whose baby was successfully delivered because we saw her through her antenatal crises, or the woman who came in and told me I'm a hot mess, 6 months later is thriving and is telling me, please don't leave, don't stop doing what I'm doing, because she feels so much better. She's more excited about life in general. She's lost the weight. She's vibrant. And that is because I spoke my truth and I followed my heart. And I think if more of us do that, even if you're stuck in a job right now, there is a part of you that can speak your truth and live that in that crappy job. And I try to tell people there's something good about everything you do, and find out what your calling is. Because each of us, I think in fact, I know each of us has a calling that we're born with. And it is our destiny to live out that calling and use our talent to serve the world in whatever way we decide. And it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be on an international scale. It could be simply you serve your family, or you serve your coworkers and be the best, healthiest, vibrant, happiest version of yourself. And that means that you know who you are, you know your core values, and you live your truth.
I think that the fact that you need to be curious enough, and you need to be willing to test different things, and to, if that doesn't work, try the next thing, and if that doesn't work, try the next thing. I think that that's one of the best advice that I can give everyone out there, because you can go out there and buy the next course, you can go out there and buy the next shiny things, but at the end of the day, you need to roll up your sleeves and start testing and start, putting out your message out there, start putting out content, putting out ideas, find your voice. And that does take time. It does take time. It does take a little bit of money if you want to accelerate the process. Sure. It does take that. So test as much as possible. Don't, like, if you're buying a course, go through the course. If you're buying a program, go through the program, but then you need to go out there and implement. And I think that's one of the things that I've learned that helped me a lot.
Life Nation, you got to remember that in order for things to change, you must change. And in order for things to get better, you must get better. You just got better by hanging out with me, Michael Olivas, and the Business and Life Nation. So come back tomorrow, because I'm here dropping sound bombs 7 days a week, baby. If you'd like to subscribe, please do, so you can take action and execute. See you tomorrow.